Hey guys, Tuesday afternoon. Just gonna give you guys a quick update. Been working on these guys on this new fixture setup. That's worked really well. You know, there's a lot. Believe it or not, there's a lot of stuff I do like that, like this thing that don't really work all that well. And although this has got needs a couple more tweaks to it, overall it's worked just like I wanted it to, and able to repeat these bends, you know, and get it where the bends are even and equal, and you know the thing stands up straight like it's supposed to, and it's got the right angles on it and all that. So there's a couple of different configurations. You see that one's got hose barbs on that, and that one's got AN fittings. Everything on it is stainless 316, and this, if they will give me quite a few of these to build, which I think they're going to give me like five or six more to build, could be my most profitable work, and you know, where I can knock these out. It's still going to take a couple of hours to do them, but I just worked up a proposal. I'm giving them an invoice for this, and here's what I'm gonna do on this. You know, I was gonna just bill them for the time I've got into this, but technically if I do that, at some point they could just kind of ask for this, right, and kind of demand that I give it to them because I've charged them for it, basically. So what I've done is I've come up with a one-time setup fee for each new configuration of $175. So every time they give me something that's a little bit different, you know, if I got to make modifications to this, you know, or whatever, which, you know, some things all I have to do is unloosen these bolts. Actually, there's a set screw under there that holds it together, or holds the position. So unloosen that, move it, adjust it, you know, to the correct dimension, because you can see that even within these two, the length is not the same on both of them. So if I charge $175 each time, a lot of times it's going to be for basically nothing. And you know, and I don't really feel like I'm taking advantage of them, because I've got days worth of labor into this. I've spent $125 with Tom Zelikman to turn these. I did all the CAD work on it, all the materials, the CAD work on cutting these plates out and all this stuff. At least probably 3 days worth of work, even though an average, you know, a smart guy could probably do it in half that time or less. But so that way, by doing that one, you know, the setup fee, I'm not really, you know, discreetly charging them for that, but I'm kind of recouping my time, you know, and that way I could, you know, if they ever came to me and said, you know what, we just want to buy that from you and we're going to have somebody else do it, you know, they can't claim that I've already billed them for it, and I would just, you know, then be able to come up with a price that I thought I should charge. Yesterday they made me sign a non-disclosure agreement. You know, it had basically one paragraph. I just signed it. I didn't think it was a big deal, because you know, I don't really blame them for wanting me to sign it, because, you know, they've got, you know, I could go directly to their customer and take on this work directly. And I wouldn't do that. You know, their neighbors are down the street. I know them. I know some of their families. So just on the pure, you know, principle of it, I wouldn't do it. But legally I can, don't blame them for doing it. And that's why I didn't hesitate to sign it. It was pretty straightforward. So anyway, I'm going to go deliver these and take an invoice and some more pricing to them. And, so yeah, if Rooster, I think his name's Ray, is watching this, now that I've got that out of the way, they're going to give me some more stuff. I think to maybe build somewhere around 3 to 5 more. And I'll just have to put that on the back burner so that I can get on Rooster stuff. I should be getting the silver base coat so that I can do David's web gussets and do them, you know, the candy in the correct way. and then also the orange candy paint, and I'll get those cut out. I got the sheet here, the artwork is done, so it's just a matter of cutting and doing the prep and then getting them painted. So the goal is, if that stuff comes in, it should come in tomorrow, today or tomorrow, I'll jump out here and get this done and go paint that stuff. So all right guys, they gave me this leak test setup, and I guess this multiplies the pressure. I don't really know, but the you can see it'll produce up to 200 pounds of pressure, I think, or maybe it's just a gauge. I don't know, but it yeah, I don't know, probably just a gauge. But I tested it at the full amount of pressure I have here and used a little soap bottle, and two of them were actually leaking, and I had to go back and fix it. I'll show you real quick. When you join these two up right here, you know, and fuse the seam across the end of the two tubes, and then you put this on there to slip it up on there to weld it around. It's pretty easy to get it, you know, get a leak in there. Out of all four of these, I had two of those connections that were leaking, and what they told me they do was just extend your electrode out, you know, with a 1/16 electrode, and just pierce down in there and fuse it deeper down in there, and you know, add rod if you need it. So that's what I did, and that sealed it up. So all right guys, I'll see you later. Oh, I was going to show you guys this. I was out here working on those induction rail things I just showed you earlier today, and see this, I've got these DOM tubing pieces that go for the metal benders, and that's as much as I can cut off of it and still get it in the vise, and that I end up with those sections like that left. So I use them out here to prop with, you know, put my hand up on it, and or sometimes as a weight or whatever. And well, I was over here welding and knocked one off, this one I think it was, yeah, and it landed on the corner, I guess, like this, and it absolutely just severed that right into the wires and everything. Crazy. So I needed to keep working today, and I needed to get going, so I went down to the welding store, and they didn't have just a hose of any kind, but they sold me a Wellcraft torch. I've already kind of bastardized it, which is the I guess Miller torch, so that I could get this hose. But I put my torch on it. It's a 17. It's just the same thing, except for mine's a flex head, which if you've ever gotten used to a flex head torch and the flex hose, man, going back to a rigid setup and a regular rubber hose, it won't do. Does anybody know if I can repair that anyway? You know, it's got the wire inside of it, and of course gas travels through it, so I don't really know any way to put that back together. But I'd love to be able to do that. So anyway, if not, I'm gonna have to order. They were selling this torch like for $200 and something, and they've had it on the shelf for a long time, and they let me have it at their cost, which was $95. So I guess now, once I get another one of these, I'll have a backup torch and hose in case I need it. But anyway, let me know, guys. See ya.